Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got a really fun fall makeup look. Get ready with me, just playing with some makeup on camera with you guys today and doing this fall sort of a look. So very fall colors on the eyes, and then I love this lip color. It's so amazing, great formula. I love this color. So yeah, this is the look that we're gonna be doing. If you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do get ready with me's, new at the drugstore, favorites, empties, some fashion content, just a lot of fun things here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we're doing a fall makeup look. Get ready with me. So let's jump into it. Okay, let's do a fall look. So I'm gonna start with some moisturizer with some SPF in it. This is the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion, SPF 30. So I'm gonna start with some of that. Apply that all over my face. This does take a little bit to blend in because of the SPF in it, but once you kind of get it blended in, I like it because it feels pretty lightweight under makeup. For foundation, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in Classic Ivory. I love this foundation. Long wearing, good coverage without looking heavy and overdone. Wish it had a pump on it. That's the one thing I would change about it, but it's so inexpensive. Not that big of a deal. Eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. Affordable, really good eyeshadow primer. For brows, I'm going to use the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer in Blonde. Love this product, so good for the brows. I like that it's kind of in between a micro pencil and an angled brow pencil. So it can be fast, like the angled brow pencils, but you get a little bit more precision because it's on the smaller side. So I feel like it's kind of the best of both worlds. Now I'm going to set that eyeshadow primer and my brows a little bit with the L'Oreal True Match powder. I wear it in N1. So just going to get on a little bit of that on a fluffy brush, kind of fluff that over that eyeshadow primer, and then also my brows. I set my eyeshadow primer just for easier, quicker blending, but if you want more kind of intense looking shadows, like if you're really going for color and pigmentation, I would not set your eyeshadow primer. So it just kind of depends on what you're going for. I'm going to use one of my favorite palettes from the drugstore to use during the fall, which is the Maybelline City Mini palette in High Rise Sunset for this color right here. So I'm going to start with a little bit of this peachy shade and kind of tap into here. So that's what I'm going to start with, and put that right in my crease and transition area. Just kind of get that built up a little bit. All the brushes I'm using are linked up in my Amazon storefront, so it's under brushes there. I just love that mustardy yellow color. I feel like that's such a unique shade for finding in the drugstore. It's so good. I'm gonna take some of this shade right here and apply this on the kind of outer half of my lid. Maybe like 2/3. I'm going to take a little bit of this rusty burgundy color and put this more on the outer corner. Kind of keep that right out there. I'm using a really tiny brush from an MSQ set. It's linked in my Amazon storefront. For my lids, I think I want to do a little golden sort of a color, or in that sort of family. So I'm going to take something from the Maybelline Nudes of New York palette. Awesome palette. Any time of year, but it's really, really pretty for fall. So I'm going to take a little combination of this one and this one. These two shades, which are Founder and Inspirer. I'm going to kind of end with Inspirer because I want more of that color. I'm going to tap off my brush, get a setting spray, spray it with some setting spray, and then apply this to my lids. I'm going to go back in very lightly with these two shades from this palette and just barely kind of blend a little bit more of this just to make sure I haven't lost that color. Okay, liner and mascara. So for liner, I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandaleyes in this brown shade. And then I'm going to do a little combination for my mascara. I'm going to do the Essence Lash Princess Lash False Lash Effect Mascara, and then the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. So I'm going to apply all this and get it on my eyes, and I will be right back. I really like both of these mascaras. If you're going for more kind of length and fluttery long lashes, I would go with this one. If you're going for more kind of thick, volumized lashes, I would go with this one, but I really like them in combination because this one can tend to get a little bit thick and clumpy, whereas this one kind of helps to separate the lashes and then lengthen. But I like that this adds a little bit of volume, so I like using them together. Okay, for my under eyes, I'm gonna start with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Multi-Use Concealer in the Brightener shade. So I'm gonna start out with this one for some color correcting. Just putting this kind of right in the darkest area of my under eyes, which is kind of right in here where that shadow is. And just applying some concealer. Where is my concealer brush? Started to use this and didn't even say what I was doing. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer next in Fair. I think Fair. Yeah, Fair. I love this concealer. Such a low price point, but such a great formula. I mean, it has really nice coverage, but a nice creamy, forgiving texture to it. So it works really well under the eyes, but then it works well on the face too, because I don't feel like it accentuates texture, and it just blends really nicely into the skin, but then has really good coverage too. I mean, it is such a good formula. I like to apply a little bit kind of outside that circle as well, because I feel like it kind of helps to hide that dark line of where that darkness starts. So it kind of helps to pop out that whole area and kind of hide the discoloration. I'm also putting a little bit around my nose where I have some redness. Okay, I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the Translucent Extra Coverage. I really like the Extra Coverage one. Something about the formula of it, it seems more smoothing and forgiving, so I prefer this one. The regular translucent is still pretty, but I just like the texture of this one a little bit more. It does have a scent to it, so just so you know, it is that strong, fragrant Coty powder scent. Definitely still has that, but it's a really good formula to it. I'm also setting my T-zone just for smoothing. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the L'Oreal True Match powder that I used earlier in N1 with just a fluffy brush. So for my lower lash line, I could definitely apply some shadow there, but I kind of just want to keep it light and bright, so I'm just going to use a little bit of mascara. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Clump Crusher on my lower lashes, and then I'm also going to apply a little bit on the tips of my upper lashes, because while I love that Essence mascara, both the Essence mascaras, they do definitely transfer up onto my lids. So I have to kind of seal them with something to sort of help that transfer. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going to use the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in Sunlight. So just going to get some of this and do a little bit of kind of contouring and shaping on my face with this one. This is a pretty light bronzer, so I can be pretty generous with it when I'm applying it. For blush, I'm going to use this one from Milani. I'm going to have to be really light-handed with it. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Cherry on Top. This is a very deep color for me, so I have to use very, very little. So I'm going to get just a tiny little bit on a brush. That's a lot. I'm going to kind of shake off my brush, tap it on the back of my hand, and then lightly apply this to the apples of my cheeks. So you saw that I tried to apply that lightly, and you can see how intense that is on me. So I'm going to use some of my face powder and kind of go over this to tame it down a little bit. I want to tie in this blush to my eye look a little bit. So I'm actually going to take the blush and that tiny little brush that I used earlier, get some of that on my brush, And apply this kind of right into my crease, just to add a little bit of that reddish rosy tint into the eye look. It'll kind of help tie everything in together. This is very, very pigmented. For highlighter, I'm going to use this one. This is super pigmented, so I'm going to have to be really light-handed with it. The Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in Molten Gold. So going to get a tiny little bit of this on this brush, tap it off, and then apply this to my cheekbones. For lips, I really want to use this one from Milani. This is so beautiful. This is one of the Milani Color Fetish matte lipsticks in the nude line. And this is the shade 440 Passion. So I'm going to start with this liner from Maybelline. This is the Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in Totally Toffee. So I'm going to apply this just to kind of get the shape of my lips and the outline more precise, and then I will go in with mostly this. This is just kind of more for the shape. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. So I really like how it all came together. I especially love this lip color. Oh my goodness, amazing formula, such a pretty color. So hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope it was fun and helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below what some of your favorite fall makeup looks are to do. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.